Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Living the Life show. I'm your host, Columbus Cody, and I thank you so much for joining me today for your verse of the day. Now, today's verse of the day is a Christian discipline that we cannot ignore. We can't overlook it. We can't push it to the side. It's one that if we're really going to walk close with God, we've got to accept it, adopt it, and live it out. All right, let's listen to it now. Don't shut me out. Listen to today's verse of the day. This is Luke chapter 6, verse 38, and we're going to read the NIV. And this is what it says. Give, and it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaking together and running over, will be poured into your lap. For with the measure you use, it will be measured to you. Give, comma, pause. Give. Think about this. Give. God expects us to be givers, right? We give to the kingdom. We give to the ministry. We give to the things of God. We give in a way that it's going to benefit his name. Now, get this. He doesn't need our money. So we got to get that out of our head. It's not that he needs our money. But I remember something that was spoken to us years ago, and I believe it to be true. It was said as this, and I think my pastor said it. It said, if a man is right in the area of his giving, he will more than likely be right in the other areas of his living. Because one of the hardest things for us to do is to come up off of our income. If you have worked 40 hours a week and you have busted your rump, you've given your greatest effort at work, the last thing you want to do is just squander your money. I get it. God gets it. So when he says there is a tithe meaning tenth, all right, it's a tenth of your income you bring back, you render it back to God. When there is a tenth that you are supposed to give, okay, the tithe is not optional. The offering is above the tithe, above and beyond the tithe. So the tithe is a tenth. For example, if I earned $100, my tithe would be 10. So I would have $90 to do whatever I want to do with. Maybe not whatever I want. I would have $90 to live with, right? But God is also interested in how we manage and take care of the $90 that are left, the 90%. He asks us to be good stewards. And when we're good stewards, he blesses us with greater. But here's the cool thing about this verse. Give and it shall be given unto you. Why do we give? We don't give so God will turn around and flip it back to us. God is not like a investment to where like a hedge fund where if I give you $1,000, I want you to give me back 5,000. It doesn't work that way. But when you have an open heart and you are a cheerful giver, you desire to give to the kingdom. You desire to have your ears open so that he can direct you on where to give, who to give to. He promises to continue to bless you so that you can continue to be a blessing. That is probably the greatest thing we can learn. Whatever he's given us was not given to us just for us. It was given to us so that we can be a blessing. But if you learn to be a giver, it says it will be given to you. A good measure, pressed down, shaken together, running over. The King James says, shall man pour into your bosom. Someone else is going to give it back to you. Someone else is going to pour into you. And most of the time it happens just at the time you need it. But your motives for giving can never be so you can get something back from God. Your motives for giving is always because you love God and you are thankful for what he's already given you. And when you have that mindset, he will continue to bless you. He will continue to pour into you because at the end of the day, you know where your blessings come from and why you have them. They come from God and you have them so that you can show the world God's hand. So today's a great day to be a blessing to someone else, to be a blessing to the kingdom. So when your pastor asks you about the tithe, don't fight it. And believe it or not, right now is probably the church may find itself in a greater need than it has. I know you're thinking, how could the church be in greater need? We haven't even been meeting. Bills still have to get paid. The electric company still calls on the church. The water company still calls on the church. The lights, the other expenses, the groundskeepers, all these things, even though no one has been in the building still has to be maintained. The appliances have to still be taken care of. I said appliances, I meant utilities. And if you're like us, it's cold. You got to turn a little heat to keep the wood from buckling, and that costs more money. And it's crazy. I know what you're thinking. How in the world can the church need me now when I haven't even been in the church? But the church needs you. And if you learn to be a giver in this way, God will take care of you. But, and I say it once more as we let the day go, you don't give because you want from God. You give because you love God. I hope you grasp that, because this is an area that a lot of people they struggle with, because it deals with their money. And when you talk about money, people are not very easy to relent. Okay. If you don't struggle in this area, count your blessings, because most people do. And this is an area that once you overcome this, a lot of the other things that hang you up becomes a lot easier for you to fall in line and do it God's way. So I pray that this verse blesses you like it blessed me many, many, many years ago and continues to bless me. I can tell you this, the moment I started giving God my all, especially financially, God has never, and I say that with a capital N, never failed me. And he'll never fail you either. All right. God bless you guys. Please share this verse with someone you love. Don't forget to click the like, subscribe, and the bell so that you never miss a video. And until we see each other again, watch it, share it, and live it. Now let's get busy living the life.